And we are live. Number 3 out of 4 for games today, but this one hits different. This is the game of the first round. We got Dogwater in number 2 Memphis, the G5 hopeful, against Baylor and Coach Flame in his 4th straight CFP, still looking for that first win. It's Mickey Mouse versus the Choke Artist here in the Sugar Bowl. If you're new to the SFA, if you're watching on stream, or you're watching on YouTube, this is the SFA. We are in an online dynasty, ran entirely through Discord. You can recruit, you can coach, you can make things like this, overlay graphics, media, whatever you want. You don't need the game, you don't need a specific console, computer, or anything like that. We stream, we post it on YouTube. It's such a fun time. If you want to join, link is in the description of our YouTube video. Everything that's streamed on Twitch gets over to the YouTube channel. I posted the link, so we're waiting for people to come in, but this is definitely the game of the day. Memphis and Baylor, Flame versus Dogwater. All the smack talk between both. Shout out to Pinstripe for making this graphic. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get into these rosters. So, going through Memphis first. This is a team that has the talent. You got Seth Hennigan, who's been given the nickname Seth Hennigod. 41 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. He's been a monster this season. Their backup is Case McCoy, the SFA player. And then at running back, Brandon Thomas, 98 overall, with Le'Veon Bell as the backup. But he is a two-way player. That'll come shortly. At wide receiver, you got Javon Ivory, Cameron Wright, Markale Jones. We saw this team go to OT against SMU on game day, and they played really, really well. You got Drew Martin, Priest Korn, and watch out for 4th string tight end Robert Sledge. He's been known to make some plays in the end zone. The offensive line's nothing to write home about. This offense, they score a lot of points. They get the ball out quick. A lot of misdirection. A very, very fun offense. But yeah, but a bad defensive line and offensive line. This might be where they lose. But on defense, Cameron Jackson, Kelvin Sears. He's a freshman All-American. You got Kimbrough. This defense, Jaleel Sims gets turnovers. They lead the nation in turnover margin. You got Greg Rubin, you got Matt Elam, who's an SFA player, and the Begnarak winner and the Thorpe winner, Devontae Golden Nelson. He is a monster. He has the Thorpe and the Benarkin. 3 interceptions, 80 tackles. So, definitely a player to watch out for. And then at safety, you got Hastings, but then look at the strong safeties. So, Le'Veon Bell actually starts at strong safety for this team, so keep that in mind. And then obviously, we know that kicker is a problem. So, but Jeff Graham, 80 and 80, that's going to get it done, but they're not going to be able to kick such long field goals. Punter, nothing to write home about. But that's Memphis, number 2 in the nation. It was a bit of a tough climb for them to get there. But they're here, they're number 2, but they got matched up with probably the best coach in SFA history, Coach Flame, who's taken the Baylor Bears now to a 4th straight CFP. This year they started out 1-2. It was looking grim, but he rattled off 9 straight wins. And here they are. They did win the Big 12. Teddy Bridgewater, this is his first game back from injury. Drones is out for the year. Dominic Parker came in and went 1-1 in games for them. So Teddy Bridgewater needs to have a big game. He's choked in this moment before. But we got the SFA. You see the graphic at the bottom of the screen. You got SFA Player of the Year, Marcus Lattimore, on a hot streak. This man, 99s everywhere. He's been carrying them all season long. 17 touchdowns, but he has, 1,700 yards. He has basically 2,400 total yards and 20 total touchdowns. He's been carrying this team through all the quarterback issues. expect him to have a fantastic day. That's what I think where this game is won, is if Marcus Lattimore gets over 150 yards. They also have some great wide receivers. Cameron Bonner, 96 speed. That matchup against Greg Rubin's going to be, you got to watch out for that, and then watch for him blowing the top on the defense. Can Le'Veon Bell cover him? You got Jalen Ellis. This man, all he does is score touchdowns. 10 receiving touchdowns so far on the year for him. Elijah Bean, Kelvin Sherman. You might see a little Chet Doge mixed in as well. Tight end, probably the highest rated tight end in the country as far as SFA players go, Eric Ebron. At line, they do have a much better line than Memphis with Carver Kemper. Look at this man. He's going to get Team of the Year again. 49 pancakes, only 2 sacks. He's only gotten better in his sophomore campaign. At the line, you got the freshman All-American Shad Boyko, 9.5 sacks. He might feast on this bad defensive or offensive line. And on the other side, you got Bo Blackshear, another SFA player. And then in the middle, you got big old Siaki Ika, 350-pounder. And right behind him, James fucking Ray, a top 10 recruit. He has 7.5 sacks on his own. At linebacker, this is where they are weak, as Matt Jones. It actually looks like he is back from injury, so they're getting their top linebacker back for this game. He's been out pretty much the entire season, so that's a huge get. You might see a little Rocky Kalmus and Will Williams. And then SFA player Bryce Callahan leading this defense. He has 3 picks. This is kind of a weak cornerback group. But on the back end, you got 2 SFA players holding it down. Adrian Amos, the sophomore. He doesn't have any picks yet on the season. And then the true freshman All-American, Jamal Okiki, the 7th. They call him the Nigerian night animal. This man has had quite the game. He's super fast, amazing hit power. I believe it's 95 hit power. So don't get in this man's sights. But the problem from Baylor is, look at this. Kicker, 58 power. So they're not kicking anything outside the 20-yard line. So Memphis has the advantage in the special teams. This is going to be such a crazy game. I'm so excited for it. The hype for this has been amazing. Let me just make sure I get the stream on my phone. How is only one person in here, dude? The whole community is fucking choking, man. This is going to be the best game of the season. What are you guys doing? Get in here, you bums. Alright. So Memphis gets priority on jerseys. He's already called it. He wants all gray. So the all gray look for Memphis. Flame, if you're in here, what would you like your combination to be? Do you want to go all white? Do you want all yellow? If he's not in here, I'm going to have to choose for him. I'm going to give him a couple minutes here while I get my thumbnail. I'm super hyped for this game. This is the game of the playoff for me. Is Memphis for real? Let's fucking go. Finally, we have somebody in here who's excited for a game. My God. All of our users talk about having no lives and no women, and then all of a sudden they're all busy on a Friday night. Okay, buddy. All right. Baylor. So I don't see Flame here, but he always goes Sailor Baylor. I don't know what to fucking say, dude. Gold. He always goes Sailor Bear and the gold, but I don't know if he wants to do that again. He's not here. Gold. Can I get gold? Green's gonna be good enough. Alright, so we got all gray versus gold. Put Baylor in mustard, baby. Alright, Memphis by 1 million. It's closer on paper than you'd think. So, alright. Who's ready for a sugar bowl? I know I am. Oh boy, it's happening. Here we go. Oh man, I'm nervous. I think it all comes down to if Memphis's defense shows up. Oh, the Sugar Bowl, the all grays look so good. We got the all golds. Good call on the gold. There's Dogwater. Been pulling his hair out all season. The winner gets a date with Clemson in the Rose Bowl, with a chance on the line for the national championship. Alrighty, I will do that, McNasty. Get hype, get hype, get hype. We've had, I don't know if you guys have missed it, but both games were decently close for most of the game. But Ohio State pulled away late. Clemson had a fantastic second half, but Washington, they had 2 defensive touchdowns. So it's been a wild game so far. Watch out for number 24. That's Le'Veon Bell. I changed the other guy's number, so he's the only 24 on the field. Ooh, and here we go. We are in the Superdome. I believe this is actually closer to Baylor than it is Memphis. I think that's correct for all 3 games, except the last one. Whew, alright, nerves are definitely setting in for both coaches, as we will see Seth Henigod first on offense. It all comes down to this, and we are off in the Sugar Bowl. Oh shit. I never thought this day would fucking come. Le'Veon Bell. A nice little return for him to start the game. So you're as close to home as possible, but the seeds before you get priority. Seth Henigod, first play, he gets it off, and that's Cameron Wright. So the Peach Bowl is closest to you. Welcoming KD Smoke, first time viewer. This is a Online Dynasty, ran entire through Discord. You don't need the game or anything. It's all through Discord. We stream the games, post them to YouTube, so check us out if you'd like. If not, if you just want to join the stream, welcome in. Always enjoy talking football. We got Memphis, though, 13-0 G5. They get it out wide. Cameron Wright again. So a quick start here for Memphis, 2 for 2. Man in motion, and he has room. Okay, so the linemen are blocking really well for Memphis to start. That's the tight end on a jet sweep. I'm not sure Dogwater really drew it up to the tight end, but here we are. So we got Coach Flame versus Coach Dogwater. 2nd and 3, cross the 50 on the opening drive. All throws so far, another wide open man, Drew Martin again. Seth Henigod starting out hot. This is a good sign for Dogwater. Coach Flame, he's definitely shivering in his boots as he is 0-4, or 0-3 in the playoff. Inside the 30. First run of the game and the quick option. Here we are. Seth Henigod brought down by Bo Blackshear, the SFA player on the D-line. You don't want to be running those quick option plays, Seth. We worked on this. Pitch it. 2nd and long. Can Memphis start out huge? He keeps it. Henigod, he has some room. He's hit hard. That's Jamal Okiki, the 7th, the Nigerian night animal. Big hit. So 3rd and long now. Baylor's holding. Just inside the 30. The stadium is quiet. Seth Henigod. He has time. He dumps it off. Bryn Thomas all alone. Can he get to the line? He does. Fresh set of downs. Dogwater, let's be honest. Hennigan just has a hittable face. Like, they see this little white guy trying to run on them, and they just want to tee off. That was a godlike check down as Brandon Thomas gets involved. No runs yet. Like traditional handoffs, we've only had QB runs. Handoff this time. Brandon Thomas gets to the 6. Memphis driving on the opening touch of the game. He dumps it off again to Brandon Thomas. He stays in bounds and gets inside the 5. Oh man, Memphis. First and goal in the pistol. They hand it off. Brandon Thomas. And he gets over the line. That's a touchdown. Memphis starts out hot. Goes up 7-0 here in the Sugar Bowl. Memphis touchdown. What a start for Coach Dogwater. Putting Flame on his back heels early. And that's a touchdown, baby. Brandon Thomas right up the middle. Really no resistance from the defense there. So now we're going to see this Baylor offense, obviously led by SFA Player of the Year, Marcus Lattimore, but Teddy Bridgewater is returning from injury. In Season 7, he threw the game away. Last year, they lost to Matt Barkley in Miami. In Season 6, early exit to Maryland. They get the pitch off. That's Marcus Lattimore right there. It's been nothing but unluckiness for Baylor in these big moments. Will the tide turn? 2nd and 9. That's Eric Ebron in motion. Hand it off. Lattimore, he has the edge. All right, so decent gain. Now, for those of you that don't know the Memphis defense, they are the best bend and don't break defense in the country. They gave up shitloads of yards, not that great, and then they get so many turnovers. But right there, number 1 receiver, Cameron Boner, 17 yards, a great start. He is number 24, so that's the matchup to watch. Le'Veon Bell, the bottom right of your screen. They hand it off here on 1st and 10. Marcus Lattimore runs over 2 men. Man, dude, this game has me hyped. So much to talk about, so much lore, so much, and a quick throw from Bridgewater. He did not like that look right there, I guess. There's Ruben. He's wearing number 27 today. Empty set here, so Marcus Lattimore isn't even on the field. Teddy. Wide open man over the middle, and Cameron Bonner's getting involved early. He's got his Cheez-It snapped on the sidelines. Nice. And they're hurrying it back up to the line. Under center this time. And the defense gets there. A quick sack. Cameron Jackson. I guess they're calling that a rush play. So that's not going to go down as a sack, oddly enough. Hand off to Lattimore, goes nowhere, and they're going backwards now. Oh dear. Third and 19. Baylor's in an early pickle. Teddy's gonna throw it. He has time. He throws it to the boundary. And that's caught. Jalen Ellis, what a catch on the sideline. And that's going to give him a chance to go for it here, if this is really a catch. Are they going to challenge this? He gets the toes in. Matt Elam gets mossed. So Baylor is actually probably going to be going for this now, because they definitely don't have a kicker. Yep, here they are at the 28. They're going for it. 4th and 2. I think everyone and their mom thinks it's going to Marcus Lattimore. No, a quick pass out, and he's wide open. And he's inside the 5. Jalen Ellis for 23. What a play call on 4th and inches. Memphis now. We're inside the 5. Hand it off. No! Bridgewater keeps it, and that's going to be a touchdown. Baylor responds with an emphatic touchdown to start it out. This game's going to be all offense. And we got a Baylor touchdown. Oh dear, guys. This is not looking good for either of you guys. Both of the defenses are not doing all that great. Yeah, Memphis broke on that drive. So, a little different from the last game is we've had 2 touchdowns to start it out. Le'Veon Bell gets to like the 26. No, he stays on his feet! Le'Veon! I need a Le'Veon return TD. He's starting here at the 30. He hands it off. Brandon Thomas finds room to the left side. He gets to the 3rd level, and that's 24 yards. So, early on, everyone's worried about Seth Hennigot in this pass offense with the 41 touchdowns, but Brandon Thomas is no slouch. His numbers are down this year, but it's not from a lack of ability or opportunity. It's just they don't need him. Yeah, you love the replays. Seth Hennigot hands it off. And no face mask. Okay, let's keep that. Justin Liston with the tackle. They're over the 50 once again. No defense in sight so far. Hennigot dumps it off here. That's Martin again. So Baylor gets their starting QB back and their starting middle linebacker back, Mac Jones, number 52. So watch out for them. 3rd and 4, a huge play here early on. Dumps it off to Brandon Thomas, and he does not get there. Matt Jones with the hit. And that's what your number 1 linebacker can do for you. But Memphis is staying on the field. Oh, shit. Both teams getting aggressive early on. Memphis, they hand it off. It's a counter. Brandon Thomas. Did he get it? Did Jamal Okeke stop him? Yes! Brandon Thomas barely gets it as Okeke came in and laid the boom, but it was not enough. Fresh set of downs for Memphis, and Baylor's running it. Oh my god, dude, this game's already a fucking fist fight. This is one of those like UFC fight or like how in the WWE where they just come out and they just start punching as hard as they can right away. It's like, what the fuck's even happening? Hennigot dumps it off again. Drew Martin, he's been an early target. Wide receivers haven't really gotten involved. No Javon Ivory or Markale yet. But Hennigot's 8 for 8. Hands it off to Brandon Thomas. What a block from the wide receiver there on Matt Jones, sealing the edge. That cut block was legendary. That's something that he's going to be showing in practice all year next year. They come out in a little pistol formation with 3 backs. And he's still throwing it, and that was a risky one. Bryce Callahan, he almost undercut it. I know Hennigot's good, but you can't underestimate the veteran Bryce Callahan on the number 1 receivers. Split back formation now inside the red zone. It's going to be a little triple option. Fakes everybody out. He gets it to the back. And touchdown Memphis. Gary Bailey, the fullback. He scores from what has to be 18 or so yards out. No one in the building saw that coming, and Bailey runs over Adrian Amos for a touchdown to take the lead. We got fullback touchdowns, baby. Dogwater is laying it all on the line today. He's leaving no play call unturned, no play uncalled. He pitched it to the fullback. Man, everyone's cheering for Memphis. My God. Come on, Flame. You got this, my boy. But yeah, definitely a disappointing start for the Baylor defense. They are just getting destroyed. but neither defense has really done much. I mean, they've each gotten one stop, but then it was a 4th down conversion. Who will blink first? Bridgewater hands it off. A late delayed handoff. You got Marcus Lattimore for 8 or 7. Ooh, man, I gotta take a breath. I'm fucking tweaked out here. I'm like a addict getting his fix right now. Is Marcus Lattimore to the right side? Le'Veon Bell on the tackle. Ooh. All right, guys, we gotta take a chill pill here. We still have a lot of game left. As he throws that one, it's caught. Jalen Ellis for 6. 2nd down. Lattimore versus BT, basically, yeah. I mean, Hennigod's been having himself a game. I mean, we knew it was going to be all Lattimore. It's Jalen Ellis again. Le'Veon with the tackle. So Jalen Ellis getting involved here. He has 10 touchdowns on the year, so watch out for him. They're in zone coverage here. Teddy over the middle, wide open, and that's Eric Ebron. Baylor moving the ball right back. Punch for punch. Baylor, he's sacked! Jalen Sims, the linebacker blitz, breaks through. Marcus Lattimore was doing nothing there in pass defense. He's not a pass defender. Oh, dear. That was rough. I mean, when your running back chooses not to block. 2nd and 16, the last play here of the first quarter. And it's just a throwaway for Bridgewater. So after 14-7, neither defense has gotten a stop. This Sugar Bowl is going to be electric. Ooh, let me take a breath. 3rd and 16, a huge play here for Baylor. It honestly just feels like Baylor's going to lose right now. I don't know why. That's the energy I'm getting. Eric Ebron in motion. Bridgewater dumps it off, and that's going to be the first stop. We are in no man's land, though. I might see them going for this. No, they're punting it. Oh, no. On the surrenderers index, this is 100. You're on the 32. Come on, just go for it. Oh, man. And that goes deep into the end zone. So the first stop goes to Memphis. The bend but don't break, letting them get to the 32, only to have them punt. Is the game going to slow down here, or is Hennigod going to ramp it up? They hand it off. Brandon Thomas goes nowhere. Bo Blackshear on his back immediately. Ooh, everyone take a chill pill. We're now settling in. That first quarter was just all fireworks. Who's going to grind out the rest of this game? Hennigod takes the snap. He keeps it. He has some room. Bryce Callahan. And I think he's glad Bryce Callahan hit him because Jamal Okeke was teeing up there. You gotta watch out for Okeke, dude. He's tried to take off Hennigod's head at least 3 times already. Hennigod gets the ball off, and Drew Martin catches it, but that's going to be a 3-and-out as once again Okeke's on the stop. So 6 tackles already for Jamal, the freshman All-American. What an absolute monster. Jalen Ellis on the return, goes nowhere. So Baylor comes back out on the 35. Bit of a disappointing drive the last time out, but they trusted in the defense and it worked. You got to start feeding Lattimore. Come on. Throwing it again. Eric Ebron. All right, he makes something out of nothing here. That was a risky pass over the middle, but it goes for 16. Eric Ebron having an early impact. And in his return, Teddy Bridgewater's 8 for 10. Maybe the dislocated elbow helped with his accuracy. mean, that's why he sucks for so long. He's always had a dislocated elbow. Under center, they hand it off again. Huge hole for Lattimore. Easy 10-yard gain. He'll get that every time. I'm surprised so far, like, we've had both NC State and Washington just feed it to their back. I'm surprised Baylor hasn't done that. As he goes to the middle, and oh no, Le'Veon drops the interception. That was the easiest pick of his life, and he drops it. Shades of the SMU game. Hand off to Marcus Lattimore, and he makes this a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6. But you got to think that this Memphis defense, they're used to getting these picks. If the picks aren't being secured, what's going to happen? Bridgewater. He's going deep again. A jump ball, and it's caught. Elijah Bean on the goal line. He jumps over Rubin, and now they're on the 1. Rubin gets mossed, and they're hurrying it up. They're doing a quick pitch. He pitches it to Marcus, who drives in for the touchdown. Marcus Lattimore ties this game up in the 2nd quarter. This Sugar Bowl is awesome. Le'Veon gets trucked at the goal line. Bro, I apologize if I'm going squeaker mode. I'm trying to stay level, but dude, this game has me so hyped. I'm like out of my seat. Like there was the Chris Davis fumble return last game. I'm like 2 times above that right now. I'm feeling it. Oh, Le'Veon, he has room. Le'Veon, he breaks 2 tackles. He gets to the 50, but oh man, block in the back or clip in. Here we go. Clip in, there it is. Aiden Priestcorn, the backup tight end. Dogwater's pissed. He's tearing the rest a new one. Can't believe Le'Veon, he drops a pick and then he gets trucked in the end zone. Henigod back on offense. He keeps it wide open left-hand side, and Okiki brings him down. Great blocking there, though, allowed Henigod to get some room. What a game we have so far here in the first half. Rumor has it, Dogwater was trying to slip the ref some Swedish fish, trying to get him to give him some calls, but they don't like Swedish fish. Henigod over the middle, and that's caught. Javon Ivory finally makes a sighting, the number 1 wide receiver. Callahan's had him clamped the entire game. Sweet chin music. Just imagine you with a ponytail. Quick option again, and Bo Blackshear is feasting today. Come on, dude. They watched the tape of the SMU game. They saw Aho giving this dude CTE. They are doing the same thing. 3rd and 5. Split backs. Hands it off. This is Brandon Thomas, and he's stopped. So back-to-back drives now. Baylor's coming up huge. This has been a very even game so far. And Baylor's coming after this punt. Can they get there? Oh, no, he does not. And that goes out of bounds. That's a shank. To 32. So not the best punt we've ever seen. Baylor has okay field position now. Can they do it again? Fake handoff. Teddy's going to keep it now. He cuts inside and he gets a first down. Definitely a lack of defense in this matchup. They're going to hurry it up now. Hand it off to Marcus Lattimore. He has some space. He gets a decent, modest 5 yards.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
We're in shotgun now. Teddy Bridgewater, bangle route to Marcus Latimer, and another first down. Memphis, you got to think they're due for that turnover-savvy defense to do something. They hand it off to Latimer again. They are honestly stopping Latimer. He's not like getting a ton of 10-plus yard runs, like 3.8. That's exactly where you want him. Hand it off again. And again, he is stuffed by this defensive line. 3rd and 5. But they're hurrying it up. It's not what Memphis wants to do. Eric Ebron in motion. They're going to throw it. It's going deep, and he's open! Cameron Bonner! Touchdown, Baylor! They expose this pass defense, and Bonner uses his speed, and Baylor goes up by a touchdown. Uh-oh. Trouble in Memphis. Terrible coverage. Dogwater. Oh no. Is he going to be on Dogwater Chronicles this week? Memphis now is on their back foot. Le'Veon Bell does nothing. Alright, if you're Memphis, you know, this is the best opponent you faced all season. You're now down. Things aren't working. You got to make the adjustments. You can't get scared. You can't let the thoughts creep in your head of the Mickey Mouse schedule. You got to just play your game as he almost throws a pick. Matt Jones over the middle. Ooh, baby. Memphis. Any God. 2nd and 10. They've done nothing for 2 straight drives. Man in motion. Tried to get him with the hard count. Quick option again. Bo Blackshear again. Henny God, what are these play calls? Bo Blackshear's having a game of his life. This man never makes an impact, but today he was on Henny God quick option duty. Blackshear's giving him the business. Take the handoff. Henny God, good blocking. And that's caught. But he came back for the ball, and they're short. Markale Jones, it was a bit of a duck from Henny God. He had to throw it across the field, and they're short. Oh, no, and now they're punting. Baylor could take a 2-score lead now. And that one's almost blocked. They get a return this time. It's Jalen Ellis, and he gets mauled. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, because he came back and then he turned upfield and went out of bounds. I think in real life that would be called 4th and short as well. Can Memphis come up with a stop? Marcus Lattimore is now finding a groove. You feel the momentum shifting majorly in Baylor's favor right now. Teddy Bridgewater's going to throw it. He's going deep again, and it's caught! Eric Ebron! Touchdown, Baylor! They go up 2 scores! The tight end burns Le'Veon Bell to go up 14 here in the Superdome. Memphis, what are you doing? Flame is coming through today. He's tired. He is tired of hearing 0-3 of Choke Artist. He's tired. Teddy Bridgewater is tired of seeing the Michigan highlights. Hand it off. Brandon Thomas now. Memphis is on the ropes. Down 2 scores. They have a chance here to get a touchdown, but they do not get the second half kickoff, so they need a score here. They were moving it soundly, and then all of a sudden they just stopped. Hand it off again, Brandon Thomas, and he finds nothing. Matt Jones up the middle. Baylor's defense is playing inspired football right now. They hand it off on third down. Brandon Thomas, he gets it. A risky play call, but you got to go to what works. Time is ticking, though. They still have all 3 timeouts. Hennigod. He throws it deep this time, and he's picked off Adrian Amos. Underthrown by Hennigod. And this has been a second quarter to forget for the Memphis Tigers as they've completely shit themselves. Giving up 3 TDs, throwing a pick. Not looking good for them here. Are the lights too bright here in the Superdome? Do we need to turn off half the stadium at halftime? Teddy Bridgewater, can they extend the lead before halftime? All the momentum's on their side. Flames trying to calm his team down and just play their game. He's going deep again, and he connects again! This time, Elijah Bean! Memphis is getting torched! Just like my car. And they're hurrying it up. Bridgewater, over the middle, open. This is Cameron Bonner. A minute left here in the first quarter. Could they put up 4 touchdowns in a quarter? Hand it off to Lattimore. He pushes through. Gets to the 15. A minute left. They still have 1 timeout. Plenty of time. The snap. He dumps it off. Jalen Ellis inside the 10 now. Clock is running. They're hurrying it up. But plenty of time. Memphis is out. They're at a loss of what's happening right now. Teddy Bridgewater's owning them. And Marcus Lattimore gets the first down. They're now at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Time's beginning to become a factor now. Bridgewater. He runs for it. And he gets the touchdown. Baylor scores 28 points here in the second quarter to take a commanding lead here in the Sugar Bowl. Memphis is stunned. I mean, holy shit. Togwater. This looked to be such a good game, and then all of a sudden the second quarter just happens. Baylor's completely at a loss. I don't know what. Memphis is like a deer in the headlights. They played fantastic for 2 drives, and then all of a sudden they shit themselves. They forgot how to fucking play football. Dude, this is worse than that second quarter nightmare. This is 4 TDs. They only had 2 at the end of that half. And, dude, I don't know why they're still pressing. You just need to get to halftime and regroup. I mean, down 21, holy shit. This is not the best for Baylor. Baylor is so excited right now. They've always been on the opposite side. Wait, Brandon Thomas. 21 seconds. They still have timeouts. They can get some points here. We're in Hail Mary. Remember, week 1. The Hail Hennigod. Hennigod dumps it off. Drew Martin. Come on, dude. You just need to go down. Save some time. Timeout. 15 seconds. Probably 2 more plays to get into field goal range. Hennigod. And he is sacked. They're hurrying it up. This is going to be the last play. They may not even get it off. They will. The last play of the half. Dumps it off. That's going nowhere. Cameron Wright. And Memphis is just excited to get out of that half. Holy shit, what a epic collapse. And I guess this ad isn't all that great. Who wants Tiger's blood after watching that? Hennigod puts it on everything. I don't know if I want to play like him right now. And, I mean, Memphis needs their PEDs right now. Take your pick. Bull Semen, Tiger's Blood, Latina Juice. What's going to get it done? I don't know if even Latina Juice could help them. I do want to mention, though, before this game, Flame went to the press and he said the program is on the line. If he loses this game, he is leaving Baylor. He said, at some point, you got to move on. You got to realize you're the problem if you can't get it done. So, if Memphis makes a comeback, Flame is out. Flame is going crazy at work. I guess his team only... Like, look at this time of possession. Memphis has the ball the whole time. Dude, Teddy Bridgewater all of a sudden comes back from a dislocated elbow and becomes the greatest player of all time. I mean, Memphis is going to need an epic comeback. I mean, if Baylor just plays conservative, they have this game won. You're hitting dabs behind the showers. It started out a fist fight, but then Baylor just stunned him, gave him a little spinning back fist, and then a fucking sweet chin music right to the fucking throat. Teddy Bridgewater is playing out of his mind. Look at these yardage splits. I mean, you got to realize this team was cheating up to stop Marcus Lattimore, and now Teddy Bridgewater just is destroying them. But a good start here. Cameron Jackson, that's really his second sack of the game. The first one didn't count for some reason. That's a great start for Memphis. You got to get the ball back. I mean, if any team in the country can do it, Memphis can. They have the offensive firepower. Baylor, they get the pitch off this time. Marcus Lattimore, he breaks the tackle and he finds the edge. And that is a first down, a 20-yard rush on a 2nd and 15. You don't love seeing that. This Memphis defense is honestly crumbling before our eyes. We knew it wasn't going to last forever, but holy shit. We knew that they were playing above their potential, but this is quite the fall from grace. I mean, fuck, UAB put up a better fight last year against Ohio State. See, I told you guys Clemson was better than Memphis. Oh, man. Marcus Lattimore gives a hurdle. Yeah. I mean, they deserve it. You win your schedule, you go 13-0, you're in the playoff. Like, you have your chance, but now you got to show up. You got to show up and nut up and make the game. They showed up in the first quarter. All right, 3rd and 2. This is where it needs to happen. Get a stop. They're going to throw it here. Teddy over the middle, and that's caught. Kelvin Sherman, the 4th wide receiver. That's his first touch of the day. Teddy Bridgewater, 17 of 20, 307 yards and 2 tutties. Sheesh. Quick option again. He gets it out. A nice tackle there on the edge. 2nd and 11 by Hastings, the free safety. Final score, 70-28. Oh, we got a flag.
False start. Offense.
Look at you. See that in the bottom right? Call an interception.
Still 2nd down.
See that? Interception. There you go. Flag. 2nd and 16. They run speed option. He does get the pitch. Luckily, it doesn't hurt him as it's 3rd and 16. That Le'Veon drop definitely hurts. That would have been a huge moment. Eric Ebron in motion, 3rd and 16. Memphis, you gotta have this. They hand it off, 3rd and 16. And they finally tackle Latimer inside the 30. Are they gonna go for it though? No, they're punting it again at the 40-yard line. Now when you're up by this much, this punt makes sense. And that's a hanger. It has a chance to stop. No. Touchback. So Memphis, you got your stop. Now it's time for the offense to come through. Hennigod, your legacy is on the line here. Seth Hennigod. All right, Markale Jones for 3. A 41 touchdown to 3 pick season, and all you have is an interception right now. Come on, buddy. You've got to start playing up to your talent level. Hennigod, he drops back. Corner blitz, he trucks him. Hennigod, and he slides. He trucks the corner. Gives him a manageable 3rd down. Dogwater starting to cope in the chat. Split backfield. Passes it out wide, and that was almost picked. A.J. McCartney almost walked in for a pick 6, and they're punting. Oh, man. Memphis is so down bad right now. Their defense has to get them a pick or something. They have to just jumpstart this offense. Bridgewater just teeing off today. Playing the game of his life, making up for 3 straight fuck-ups in the CFP. This potentially could be your first loss of your career. So, definitely a tough one to swallow. But it's not over yet. A nice little hold there. A stiffy? God, dude, it takes a gang to bring him down. Marcus Lattimore's up over 100 yards now. Only averaging 4 yards a carry, though. They're hurrying it up. A little pitch again. Dude, they're running this option a little too much. I'm scared that he might try to pitch it and it fumbles. 3rd and 9. Memphis, you're getting the chances right now. Somebody has to make a play. Bridgewater. Oh, and that was it. Ooh, he jumped the route, but Barnett just could not hang on. But that's a 3 and out. I just feel like Memphis has to get a turnover or something in the second half. I'm not confident that this offense can start moving the ball, but they're going to have decent field position now. They're up around the 36. Memphis, you got to start doing something. 3 scores is a lot. They've calmed the Baylor storm, but now they got to start, and that's a drop. I mean, Baylor, they scored 4 touchdowns in the corner. Like, it's possible, but yeah, no, you got to start scoring for sure. You're not going to get too many more chances like this. You got to start putting dents. Got to get that momentum back. The defense has given them 2 opportunities to get back in this game. After the way that second quarter went, that's all that you can ask for right now. 3rd and 2. They're only 3 for 9 on 3rd down. Not what you like to see. You're going to fake the handoff. He throws on the run. He connects. The tight end's been open all day. Drew Martin. He's been the go-to guy. That's already his 7th reception. So Memphis is finally starting to move the ball again. You know, Kiki, dude, the Nigerian night animal, he has just been a mauler all day on the defensive side. Gotta have it. Rand Thomas goes out, runs a route. Dump it off, tight end again. 3 yards. And, I mean, that's kind of been the story. This big play offense has been completely held to almost nothing. Only 138 yards for Henigod. It's not what you like to see. Thomas again. Do the same thing. Javon Ivory, all right, a 3rd and 1. That's the 10th tackle for Jamal. Four of 10 on 3rd down. You can't settle for field goals right now. You gotta have touchdowns. Split backfield. Man in motion. They dump it off to Brandon Thomas. He cuts up and gets the 1st down. That's a great play call. Get your best offensive runner out in space. All right, tight end in motion. Hand it off again. Brandon Thomas, he cuts up inside. It's another 5 yards. Ron, I don't know if you've been here, but it was 14-7 Memphis after the 1st quarter. It was like a fist-for-fist fight, and then Baylor rattles off 4 straight. Bridgewater's been insane. Henigod keeps it, though. He has some room. There's no defenders. And the ball is out! Oh, Henigod recovers his own fumble. Okiki laid the lick. Oh, man. Memphis is just choking all day long. But they're on the 7. Henigod throws it to Brandon inside the 5. It was all Baylor in the 2nd quarter, but Memphis is battling back. He hands it off, Brandon Thomas. Touchdown, Memphis! They break the Baylor onslaught and finally score a TD here in the 2nd half. Can Memphis get a comeback brewing? I kid you not, Ron, Teddy Bridgewater has looked the best I've ever seen him. He's had 3 long TD throws. All right, Baylor. Pressure's back on you. You haven't done anything this half. Memphis, the bend don't break defense has not been working today. They've pretty much snapped in half. They need something here. This is Memphis. You have to get a big play or a 3 and out or something. All right, Marcus Lattimore for 6. Looks like Baylor has just decided to kind of take a very conservative route in the 2nd half. They hand it off again. Marcus Lattimore, he goes nowhere. So a mid-3rd and 5 now. Can Memphis get off the field? They're hurrying it up, and sir, your lineman's offsides. False start. Yeah, I would hope that's a false start. That man lined up like that's a little sicko quality here in the Sugar Bowl. Not sure what that was, but now it's a 3rd and long. Baylor, what are you doing? 3rd and long. And he's wide open. Jalen Ellis gets the 1st down. It didn't matter. Dogwater gets shafted anyways. That's a rough one. Memphis, you had to have that. You had to capitalize on the free 5 yards. Marcus Lattimore for 6 again. They're still running hurry up though, which really honestly is good for you. It's saving you time, but this is just how they run their offense. Quick option up the middle from Bridgewater. 6 yards.
First down.
Bridgewater finds Bonner. This one feels different, boys. It doesn't feel like Teddy 2 chokes. It doesn't feel like that Michigan game or the Miami game. It feels like Baylor might have this one. Jalen Ellis for 7. Is this the team that finally gets Flame a win? Teddy Bridgewater having the game of his life. He keeps it. He does not get the first down. 3rd and 2 coming up. If you're Memphis, you kind of have to have this. Baylor is not in field goal range. They only have 6 men. I guess they knew the throw was coming, and he still catches it. Bonner is cooking this defense. 6 receptions, 100 yards. This pass defense looks horrific. They basically have just sold out today trying to stop Latimer. And as we head to the 4th quarter, it's a 2-score lead for Baylor. Memphis still has some hope, but it's looking grim. God, dude, you gotta get something here if you're Memphis. Come on. Le'Veon, I'm looking at you. They're passing it. Elijah Bean gets the goal line. If you score here, it's going to be really hard to overcome it. 1st and goal. They hand it off to Marcus Latimer, and he sheds a tackle and scores to go up 21 here in the 4th. Baylor is in line to win the Sugar Bowl. Home, baby. And we still got one more game after this, ladies and gentlemen. This one, honestly, has been a bit of a big pill to swallow. I think that we were all very excited to see if Memphis was indeed for real. But this Baylor team, when they're fully healthy, I mean, not having Matt Jones, not having your starting quarterback, and still going 10-3 is an impressive feat. And Henny God's just going to throw it away. I mean, you kind of got to point the finger at these receivers. They've no separation. Almost all of the offensive production has gone through Brandon Thomas or Drew Martin, the tight end. You've barely called any of these wide receivers' numbers. Henny God. He's going deep, though. Double coverage. And that's not going to do it. Bryce Callahan gets the deflection. 3rd and long.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
Memphis, you're getting to the bottom of the barrel now. Bring Martin in. They go over the middle. He gets the first down. Cameron Wright. You know, it's never over till it's over. Henny God still is going to make some plays. Got to wonder if picking the gray jerseys was the reason. Flames already calling GG, as this confirms he will not be leaving Baylor. That is huge news in the coaching carousel. But now, is this going to make Dogwater more likely to leave? He's been talking about getting his $900,000 budget. But is this loss going to cement in his mind that losing these seniors and the majority of this core, is it even worth coming back? I don't think so. But Henny God, he's still competing. You know, these guys are competitors, absolutely. They're going to fight to the end. 8 minutes is a lot of time. We saw Baylor rattle off 4 touchdowns in the span of 6 minutes. So anything is possible here in the SFA, but not when you run into sacks like that. That's Siaki Ika, his first big play of the game. Big man, he runs right into him. I don't know how you missed him right there. Sheds the double team. The Sailor Bear finally gets it done. 3rd and 15. Definitely 4-down territory here for Memphis.
Here we go.
And they get over half of it back, so that's what you want, for sure. But this game's kind of gone from, oh, Memphis is a real competitor, to them just being happy to be here, enjoying the moment, living the moment, remembering these big memories. As they convert, that's Markale Jones. Is Dogwater scouting out Louisiana? Is he going to go to LSU? Flame had rumored to be talking to both Florida and Oregon. Is Dogwater going to start looking at those schools potentially with him off the market? Brandon Thomas, he gets smacked, and that man right there, the captain of your defense, has been out most of the year since week 2, and he comes back for the playoff, and he picks up right where he left off. 9 tackles, tackle for loss, but obviously being the captain of the defense has made a huge impact today. Memphis not out, though. They're competing. Brandon Thomas, he breaks the tackle of Okiki. That's the first tackle I've seen Jamal miss on the day. 3rd and 4. And he got open over the middle. And the tight end, Caden Priestcorn, fights his way through 3 defenders to get into the end zone. I'm sure this isn't how they wanted this game to go, but they are still fighting here late. That was a very above average play, honestly. That was a great touchdown play. And dude, 6 minutes. Dogwater, you were the only one watching the Washington game when they had 2 defensive touchdowns in the span of a minute. You have the best turnover ratio in the country. If anyone's gonna choke, it's gonna be Flame and Baylor. Come on, Memphis! Run through a brick wall. Dogwater, I need your best motivational speech. You gotta fire up this defense. You gotta get them. They've only had 1 chance at a turnover today. That's not like them. And look at this. This is prime pick 6 position. Come on. Come on, Memphis. Teddy Bridgewater. He has time. Over the middle. Oh my God, they destroyed that man. Eric Ebron. He just lost about 3 lives. Holy shit. Dogwater, whatever you said to them. Oh shit. What a hit. And he stopped in the backfield. Marcus Lattimore, -5. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That hit on Eric Ebron was ridiculous. Bridgewater dumps it off. Bonner, he is stopped. The defense does its job. Henny God's getting the ball back. This game is not over. Get hyped here in the Superdome. Memphis still has a fucking chance. They're coming after the punt. 5 minutes is a lot of time, baby. And they're going to have great field position. Le'Veon Bell, he gets past the 50. Ooh. Come on, Memphis. They hand it off. Brandon Thomas, he has some room on the left-hand side. He breaks a tackle. A modest 3. Bo Blackshear has been a problem all day. He has about 8 tackles, half of them in the backfield. Come on, Memphis, settle down. You got this. Plenty of time. And he keeps it, and he can't fight through the tackle. That was a big stop by Victor Obi. 3rd and 8. And if he was able to somehow fight through that tackle, he had a long ways to run. 3rd and 8. We're inside 4 minutes now. Memphis, he throws it and he's open. Cameron Wright has made so many big plays today on critical 3rd and 4th downs. Seth Hennigot is starting to look for him as Okeke makes his 14th tackle on the day. This man, he's all over the field. Memphis, you better hold on to the ball because Okeke's looking for you. He's headhunting. He doesn't give a fuck about targeting. He dumps it off. Brandon Thomas. And he gets smacked by Okeke. As Dogwater's praying on the sidelines to none other than Matt Barkley, who beat this team last year. Hennigot. And that's almost a pick. Matt Jones. Baylor, they are not going to sit on the sidelines. This has happened 3 years in a row. Dogwater, as soon as you post that damn prayer, it goes south. 2nd and 10. Quick option. He does not get the pitch off. Dogwater, why did you fucking say that? No, we know this. The prayer goes against everything you want. It is not a prayer, but a curse. 3rd and 13. The Sugar Bowl on the line. Fakes the handoff. They're throwing it. And, oh dear. Cameron Wright only gets 5. 4th and 8. Game on the line here. Memphis needs a conversion more than anything. Hennigot. Over the middle, wide open. Cameron Wright, touchdown. Memphis pulls within 1 score. It's not over till the fat whore sings. Can somebody at everybody in the Discord or like at here? It's a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter. Get them in here. Hennigot is playing. He's sitting through the bench. Forget running through a brick wall. He's sitting through a steel bench. Baylor's on their back foot now. Jalen Ellis. They had a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter. All they need is a couple first downs. Memphis is fine. They haven't gotten the turnover yet, but they've been fighting every play, fighting. Baylor. He's throwing it deep, and that's a conversion, but he went out of bounds. Jalen Ellis for 20. This pass defense has been suspect all day long. Coach Flame, can he finally get a win? And there it is! Oh no, Ruben! You had it! They had the quick pressure, he had the jumped route, and he just couldn't handle it. Oh no. Nobody in the backfield. They're throwing it again. Bridgewater. Over the middle, wide open. Kelvin Sherman. All right. They need to stop now. This is where you need to stop, but they're hurrying it up. They're running it. They're throwing it again. Bridgewater, he's throwing it deep, and it's dropped by Le'Veon again. You can't make this shit up. Bridgewater dropped a touch or an interception in the first half. Now he drops one here. Bonner in motion. They do a quick option. He pitches it to Marcus Latimer, and he gets the first down. It's timeout time. But remember, Baylor has a terrible kicker. A god-awful kicker, so they are not in range of a field goal. They run quick option again. Lattimore, he stiffies Le'Veon! And gets another first. Oh no. Le'Veon Bell in shambles. He's going to be the reason Dogwater loses. Hand it off again. Marcus Latimer inside the 10. God, dude, the defense, you've dropped, what, 2 picks here this drive? Oh, man. Teddy Bridgewater dumps it off. Elijah Bean, they give him the first down. That's huge. First and goal. They're lining up in shotgun formation. Can Baylor seal the deal? Bridgewater, and he scores! Teddy Bridgewater puts them back up 2 scores. They hold off a late push by the Memphis Tigers. And Baylor might just get this one done. God, dude, his play. Oh, no. Memphis. You can't help but think this isn't the last we've seen of the Memphis Tigers. Le'Veon. 21. Do your thing, 21. Oh, man. 2 minutes left. Is there any more magic left in this season? They've had 2 Hail Marys. They've had the best, craziest, most fun defense of the year. Is it over for Memphis? They got to go fast. They're going to spike it now. Is the magical run coming to an end? Flame, the best coach in the SFA, might finally get the win. Cameron Wright, though, he's fighting! Cameron Wright down the sideline! This man is single-handedly keeping Memphis in it. Breaking tackle after tackle. Memphis trying to get a late push. Over the middle. Hit, but he hangs on. You gotta run now. Come on. You gotta go fast. They're gonna run another spike. Oh man, it's down to kind of your last hopes. You gotta score as soon as possible. And he drops back, only 3 rush. He throws it to the end zone! And it looked like he had it, but it's dropped. A.J. McCartney battles with what it looks like was Javon Ivory, and he couldn't hang on. 4th and 4, the game's on the line now. Dumps it off Drew Martin. Drew Martin cuts outside. He's inside the 10. Memphis just won't go away. The magic is still in there. Jamal is up to 16 tackles. Nobody else on this defense is doing anything. 1 minute remaining. Down 2 scores, but they're inside the 10. Le'Veon is on the field. Any God dumps it to Le'Veon. He gets inside the 5. This might come down to an onside kick. Any God. Any God throws it out the back of the end zone. 3rd down. They have to have it. I'm not concerned about Colorado right now, Ron. Penny Gotti throws it. Oh, no, it's out of bounds. Game is on the line again, about the 5th time in a row. They're 4 for 4 on 4th down today. Can they get just one more? They're out empty. Thomas in the slot. They have to have it. The rush is caving in. He throws it, and it's incomplete. Memphis is going to lose, and Coach Flame is going to win his first college football playoff game. Holy shit. This one looked like it was over. Like 3 different times it was over. Holy smokes. GG's. Holy shit. They're still running plays. I don't know why. Hand it off to Marcus Lattimore. He finds the first down. That's going to end it. The timeout comes in. But they're just going to sit on it now. After... And that's going to do it. After 3 seasons of college football playoff misery, Flame finally gets a win in the first round. They beat the Team of the Year, Coach of the Year, Memphis Tigers in Dogwater. They go down. Baylor will face Clemson in the Rose Bowl with the chance at a national championship. They finally win the big one. What an absolute thriller. Dogwater, you played one hell of a game, though, in that second half. I thought you had it. If you just had one of those guys catch it, I thought it would be a tie game. I honestly thought that was going to come down to, like, a Hail Mary again or something. But Le'Veon, he got trucked a couple times. He missed a couple picks. And the pass defense got exploited a couple of times. It's honestly been all offense in these first round games. There's been like no defensive struggles. There's been 40-point plus each game. I got 14 highlights for that game that I gotta go through. That was a massive one. Normally it's like 9 or 10. What a game. What a performance. Teddy Bridgewater. What a story it would be if he, after chaunding basically 3 playoffs, he goes out with a championship. Now, here's the question. If he decides to come back for his senior year, does Bridgewater get benched for Colt Brennan? I mean, I don't know. All right, let's take a look at the stats. Bridgewater, 416 yards, 2 throwing touchdowns. What I say, if Matt Latimer gets 150 yards, they're going to win the game, and they do. Bridgewater had himself 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, how can you not give Bridgewater the player of the game? 416 through the air, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Jalen Ellis, Boner are both over 100. Aaron Ebron had himself a massive one. I mean, look at these longs. You had the 53 at 36. Sheesh. And on defense, I mean, freshman All-American. He had a forced fumble. Matt Jones in his first game back, the redshirt senior, 10 tackles. Bo Blackshear, 5 tackles for loss. Adrian Amos, his first interception on the season. All SFA players, 3 of the top 4. What a game. Bryce Callahan. Honestly, though, Shad Boyko didn't do anything this game. So, that freshman All-American, he did not come through. Rest in peace, Dogwater. But you know what? It's a 2-score game. But, dude, that was so exciting. Wait, I got to go through Memphis. My bad. Memphis. Hennigod started out poorly. He kind of got the majority of his yards in the end there. I mean, the offense, it just was non-existent through the second and the third quarter. That second quarter is why they lost the game. I mean, Cameron Wright popped off for you there. I mean, you can point the finger at a number of people. Le'Veon Bell, 2 deflections, both should have been picks. Ruben dropped a pick on the last drive. Elam got mossed in the first half. This guy didn't even show up, the Bednarak guy. But, like, look at the scoring summary here. Look at that second quarter. That was the problem. Touchdown, long pass, touchdown. Like, you can't give up 28 points and expect to win the game. You got 28-0'd in the second quarter. That was the turning point. Yeah, drop picks, definitely. I mean, the best turnover rate in the country, and you did not get a turnover that game. tough. All right, so we still have one game. Let me get this screenshot real quick of the players of the game. And then I will be back here in a couple of minutes for our finale for the night. It's, I mean, I've been live for like 5 hours, but it's been feels like 10 minutes. So, thank you guys all for watching. Baylor finally wins the big one. They get to the semifinal. And we will be back for Georgia and Kansas State.